we were outside, I was grilling, we were at the pool, then, or whatever. I probably drank 1,000 Busch Lights.
Oh, yeah.
1,000.
At least 1,000. And my wife afterwards, she was like, how in the hell did you drink that? I'm like, because
I can't taste it. It's gone.
one, they're nothing. Two,
It's
you
hot.
sweat it out, and you don't pee. Like, it just doesn't. It's so hot outside.
Mm-hmm. Inspired by the adventures of our nurses, therapists, and techs, A Beer with Atlas is the only healthcare traveling, craft beer drinking podcast. Each week, we'll open a few beers, talk about the brewery and the style of beer, and then dive into some research curated specifically for each episode. In the end, we hope each one sounds like a conversation you'd have with your friends while enjoying a few cold ones.
Happy birthday, America. Welcome to another episode of A Beer with Atlas. I'm Rich.
I'm Brian.
I'm Dolan.
Look how quiet he was. He brought it way down for us.
I'm trying.
Way down for Brian. I'm just excited for 4th of July.
I know.
Barbecues, picnics,
Demolition derbies.
whatever, man.
Yeah.
Get outside.
Back and butt sweat. That's what I think of. It's too hot.
You know what we didn't have last year? All of that.
No?
It's totally worth it.
Oh, I guess to go outside again and eat baked beans on a paper plate? Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
America.
Murica.
So Brian told us he was going to bring us a festive 4th of July beer.
That's right.
I don't think I can imagine a more festive 4th of July beer than this.
If the can had sparklers lit,
Oh, yes.
then maybe.
And like a hawk noise, like
Or the eagle, yeah.
Or the eagle
when you
noise.
open it, and instead of like, it drops in an eagle like this.
Like Braden's Uncle Sam.
Just like that.
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Just exactly like that.
So from Against the Grain Brewing, we have a beer, Super American Premium Lager.
It is a beer.
Are you just drinking it right out of the can?
Hell yeah, I am.
All right, I'm going to that too. Tall boys, no less.
Of course. Nothing but the best on the 4th of July.
Oh, there we go. 4th of July, baby.
Did you hear that crack open? That was a good one.
If it's good, that's what it says in the back.
Okay.
If it's good, when it's time for a beer, you deserve the best. You deserve a super premium winner every time. You deserve a beer. A beer is a cold, refreshing lager, and number one at being the best. So whether you're ready to crack one or crush one, make sure it's a beer.
It says number one best right on his motorcycle jacket
Of
vest
course.
right there. Of course. That's great. Got a rattlesnake on his helmet. He's got a bald eagle on his shoulder. He's got a neck tattoo that says neck tat.
It says Super American Premium
Oh, well, this
Lager.
ain't just American premium. This is
It's
super.
super.
Supersize it. That's how you do it in America.
There you go.
Then it says right on there, art and design by RobbieDavis.com. Check it out.
Robbie Davis, did you do some research on
Nope.
Robbie Davis? No?
Just saw it just now.
Okay.
There was other things that grabbed my attention. That tastes like beer, guys.
Is it? Okay, I'm going to go for it. Here it smells like beer.
Here we go.
A beer. No, you drink it like a beer.
Oh, there's a sweetness that's nice.
It's, oh man. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I'm imagining it with the smell of gunpowder from the fireworks.
Oh, yeah. Maybe fresh cut grass.
Yeah.
Like a grilled burger or
Sunburn
or
lotion.
dog.
Yeah. Hot dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, can't wait.
Man.
Well, Against the Grain, a beer, Super American Premium Lager. These folks are open 7 days a week.
I saw
I'm
that.
not going to steal your thunder.
No. Yeah, you're
But
fine.
I do want to just talk about the reason I thought of these guys.
Okay.
They always have cool can art or bottle art, and their names are usually pretty fun. So I just went through and wrote down some different names of their beers and styles.
Yep.
Just to kind of give us a flavor of the type of brewery they are.
Okay.
They're not like, you're not going to get like a citrusy milkshake IPA from these folks.
Nope.
They're kind of traditional styles, but a fun way. So they have their stout series. They do different flavors on, like most places have. But theirs is called Bo and Luke. So like the Duke boys, because they're from Kentucky. Imperial Stout. They have a double IPA that you can get here in Nebraska. It's called Citra Ass Down because it's got Citra hops.
Sure.
This is probably the number one, grossest beer label in history. Beer labels.
I've seen this.
The brown note.
Yep.
It's just a guy with some stretched out whitey tighties with a big old mud streak right down the middle. The brown note.
Yummy.
Delicious.
Yummy.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. That is their barrel-aged rye amber ale. It's in a bottle.
Of course it is.
And last year when I saw it, it has actual feathers stuck in the wax of the bottle top.
No.
Yes. So it's got, quote, chicken feathers in the bottle. So you have to cut through the wax to get the beer open, and it's got feathers in it. Pile of Face is their IPA.
Pile of Face.
And then this one I wrote down, I assume it's an Oktoberfest. It's called Whamstein. And it's a tribute to Andrew Ridgeley. So the other half of Wham. George Michael gets all the credit. They're like, you know what? Andrew Ridgeley shook his ass in the short shorts too. He was in Wham. Let's do a beer for him.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. So that's the kind of folks that these guys are.
All right. Put this on the short list for Oktoberfest beers.
Yeah, if you can find it.
I'd like
I've never
to.
seen it.
Whamstein?
Whamstein. Kind of like Rammstein.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, right?
I think this is a brewery, pretty sure you might know, that they opened up in the baseball field. Like where the Louisville, was it Redbirds or something like that?
Yes.
That was like where their home base was
you're
at
right.
first, was inside the baseball stadium. That was where their brewery was. I don't know if that's for sure, but I think Aaron Daly told me that a long time ago.
I'm pretty sure you might be right.
So that's one of the things I always think of. They always have good IPAs. I used to go to Iowa to get them across the border and smuggle them back, as you'd had to do back in the day. But now you can get a brown note at any Hy-Vee if you need a good brown ale, to drink on.
All right, wait a minute. I'm doing a quick Google search here because you can do that now. They actually have one called. They have a beer called Wang Dong, which I'm 12.
I mean, I'm
makes me
here for
laugh.
it. Wang Dong.
Wang Dong.
There you go. What you drinking? Oh, just some Wang Dong.
No, the latest Wang Dong.
Okay, here's the
Better
description.
than Hang Dong.
I don't even know
guess.
what this is. We need it.
Okay.
This is the description. This is why we get the little E right beside our
Oh,
podcast,
explicit,
right?
yes.
Steal, shitty fartson's computer. Turn off safe search. Google image dong.
Can't even finish. Right as Steve Ryan walks by.
Right as Steve
Perfect.
walks by.
That's perfect, yes.
And make the first result his background. It's not a penis. It's an illustration. Dr. Dong Wang. So they named a beer Wang Dong. It's a session lager.
I mean, I've been in,
Oh my god.
I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Corporate America, right?
Sure, yeah.
And that's something people did. Like, you left your computer unlocked, you better run over there and do something to it.
Exactly.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's the rules.
Yep.
So that's
I'm
what
just
they did.
wondering why they named their session Wang Dong.
Well, I mean, you only got 5 minutes, so give or take.
Yeah, you got to hurry up, man.
guess.
You can't be messing around too long. The guy's going to come back from the
guess.
bathroom.
Yeah. Oh my god, that makes me laugh so much.
Wang Dong.
That plays into. I took some of the off their website. Their website's fantastic, by the way. Like besides outside of their can art and they're just their website in general.
Yeah.
This was little chunks off their website. Louisville's craft beer scene in the 1990s was grayer than Aunt Claudine's thinning hairline. So their writer is off the
Yeah,
charts
that's good.
too.
That's good.
Every pale ale was pale. Every porter was a porter, and so on and so forth. It was different then, but truth be told, that's where the tale of Against the Grain begins. Jerry Nagy, the G is silent. I actually saw that on there. He's very deliberate about that. Sam Cruz, Adam Watson, and Andrew Ott found themselves working at one of the greatest Louisville breweries of all time, doing what they loved, but not the way they wanted to do it. Fed up and dissatisfied with the brewing status quo, they banded together and drew up a business plan on a yellow legal pad. It wasn't the best, but they found out early on they had a knack for taking something shitty and making it the shiniest turd in all the land.
Yeah.
With determination, a few fart jokes, and a handful of investors, they opened the doors to Louisville's first brewer-owned and operated brewery in 2011, Against the Grain.
Wow. 10 years ago.
Right. 2015, the culture of beer was growing, and the brew pub, the original brew pub, began to feel its growing pains. It was time to expand. The partners opened a three-vessel, 30-barrel brew house 20 blocks away in downtown Louisville.
And 30 barrels is nothing.
That's nothing.
No.
Well, it was 2015, so there you
true.
go. Yeah. The facility was to act as a production arm for Against the Grain. They increased production by 400% and began canning brands to adorn shelves around the world. Today, you can find Against the Grain in 43 states, 25 countries, and of course, right here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Nice.
I love these guys.
Louisville. Yeah.
Louisville. There you go.
You ever had any of their beers, Dolan?
Nope.
This is it, huh?
I haven't either.
This is the first one.
I think.
And we can buy this. You can buy this in Nebraska.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean,
I got it. Yeah.
43 states,
We're
right?
one of them.
Utah probably isn't, but
Now,
you
they
know.
don't. One of the things about distribution that kind of irks me is like you can get their standard stuff most
Sure.
places,
Sure.
but it's hard to get those special editions or like the second stout of their series or whatever. We're not getting that probably.
Right. We're not getting Wang Dong.
We're not getting Wang Dong. That is a complaint I've said more than I'd like to admit. But we're also we did get Ride Chicken. That when it was a $22 bottle.
Ride Chicken?
The Kentucky Ride Chicken.
Oh,
with
that
the
okay.
feathers
Yeah,
on
gotcha.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Hit me.
What does this look like to you? Where are we going? You want to guess?
Oh, this is what's his name? Things to do in Denver when you're dead.
I don't
No?
know what that means, but
Come on.
You know what it reminds me
The
of?
writer.
It reminds me of Captain Falcon from F-Zero.
Oh, kind of. Yes.
Nintendo
There you go.
racing game. Yeah.
here's what I went.
Okay.
Evil Knievel.
Oh, well, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Evil Knievel. And that's what I did my research on. Robert Craig Knievel, born October 17th, 1938, passed away 11/30/2007.
Yeah.
75 ramp-to-ramp jumps in his career.
Total.
Yeah,
How many did he actually complete?
one.
Okay. Born
Born in Butte, Montana.
Okay.
Quit school as a sophomore. Said, you know what? I've learned everything I'm going to need to know. I'm going to go work in the copper mines. And that's what he did.
Okay.
He liked to play hockey because, as you do in Montana, it's cold there, right?
Yeah.
So this is where he gets his first taste of like publicity.
Okay.
He somehow convinces the Czechoslovakian national hockey team to come to his town and play the local team as an Olympics
Like a
warm-up.
primer? Yeah.
So this is in 1960.
What?
So here's the
So
story.
he just calls him. He learns a little bit of Czech, and he's like,
Yep.
"Oh, do svidaniya."
Come play-
That was Russian.
Yeah, it was
I don't even-
close.
I don't even know.
Come play hockey. Well, here's the story. I think from what I read, he got kicked out of the game for fighting,
Okay.
as you do.
Sure. What's hockey?
Well, somebody, they didn't point fingers at him, but somebody stole the kitty of all the ticket sales.
What?
So after he left the game, they got robbed, and they took all the money for the ticket sales was gone, and he was nowhere to be found.
Well,
Now, they're not saying he robbed the ticket taker,
okay.
but I think he probably did. He starts doing motocross in 1962. So that it kind of was like a new thing.
Sure.
And he broke his shoulder, separated it pretty good. So he's like, all right, well, I know enough to do this. I'm going to sell insurance. And they said he was really good, a really good salesman,
Okay.
which kind of makes sense with his career that he had. They said he was so good, he even sold to people that were in institutions.
Oh, well. Okay.
So he call up the local loony bin, if you will. Can you say that in the 60s? I think you can.
In the 60s, you can. Yeah.
And he
okay.
sold to folks that were living there.
Oh.
So he sold in, like life insurance policies to people in the insane
They
asylum.
had money?
Who cares? He got the deal.
Okay. All right.
So he does that. Then he goes in 66. He has his first show. He's watching a thing on TV, and he sees some guy do a motorcycle jump, and he's like, "Oh, I could easily do that." And he gets together a bunch of other people, and he has almost like a circus team, and they start going around like barn shows. So they'd show up kind of like a circus, kind of like X Games before X Games was a thing. He had like 5 motorcycle guys with him or whatever to do tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 TV channels, maybe in the '60s, 3.
Okay.
If you're not watching Leave It to Beaver, maybe you're going down to the fairgrounds to watch Evil jump a hay bale or something.
Right.
So he starts getting popular and famous, and he goes to Vegas, and he sees the fountains at Caesars.
Caesars, yeah.
And that's in 1967. He's like, you know what? I'm going to jump those.
Why not?
And he wants it to be on TV. And he gets a deal as a salesman that he is. And they're like, actually, we don't think you can do it. You need to prove that you can do it. And then we will do this deal with you, right? So he says, okay, fine. I'll tape it myself. I'll record it myself. He goes indie on it, right? He's an individual guy, and he hires this director. And the director's wife is a gal named Linda Evans. You know her? The actress?
Wonder Woman?
I don't know. Is that her name?
I don't know.
Linda Evans? She's either on that or she was on like Dynasty. She was an actress.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Or Dallas, something like that. But she was beautiful. That's what I saw. Anyway, she's shooting the camera. So she's the one who shoots the iconic footage of him jumping over the fountains and then crashing and breaking most every bone in his body.
Sure.
So
Dynasty. It is Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Yeah, there we go.
So he crashed. He broke and crushed his pelvis and his femurs. Of
course.
Fractured both hips, both wrists, both ankles, and had a concussion. But guess what? It made for good TV.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the place that he wanted to put it on, I think it was on ABC Wild World of Sports. He goes, guess what? The price? It's 3 times what I asked for before.
Well, because he's got a big hospital bill now.
Well, he has to pay the bills.
Sure.
And they said, okay.
Done.
They paid it.
Did they know? Did Caesars know about this ahead of time?
I think they okayed it.
Okay.
Some of the other jumps I wrote down, just that were kind of his more famous ones that were on TV or were popular. The Grand Canyon jump.
Yeah.
So guess what? He never did it. The weather was too bad, too windy, and he never made the jump. But his son Robbie, remember him?
Robbie Knievel, yes.
Like in the 90s.
Yep.
He did it. He made it.
In the same like
jumped
little
over.
rocket thing? It wasn't even a motorcycle, wasn't it?
No, that was. But you're thinking of the Snake River jump.
That's what it was.
He had a rocket -- he called it the Sky Cycle. And yeah, that crashed. He didn't make that. The other thing I wrote down is jump the shark crash. He thought, you know what would be really sweet? If I jumped over a tank full of sharks.
Of sharks.
This
Why
is
not?
in the late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
He goes, he's going to make the jump. For some reason, he can't. He pulls off. Can't do the jump.
Yeah. Well, because there's sharks.
And he hits a camera guy. And I think either kills or really hurt the camera guy, like broke all of his bones. So they're both hurt and smashed up.
Oh.
And he can't make the jump. But like the next year, guess who does make the jump?
Robbie.
Yeah.
No, Fonzie.
No.
On Happy Days.
No.
And that's where the term jump the shark comes from. So like when a TV show's on,
Yeah.
and they're like, this story is ridiculous. They've jumped the shark. Well, it comes from Fonzie, but that idea comes from Evel Knievel.
Oh.
Interesting.
So that's where we know that. He allegedly was I guess this isn't allegedly, he was very anti-drug
Okay.
and like very much motorcycle helmet safety. So he would go around and talk to kids and be like, hey, stay off drugs and blah, blah, blah. But then other people would say, dude was high when he made that speech. He loved pain pills. He loved boozing. And he was talking about, hey, don't do any substances. You'll crash your motorcycle in the river. But he was doing all that stuff. There was a critic in 1977. He made a bunch of movies, like his own movies, like individual movies, doing stunts and stuff like that.
Okay.
Kind of like documentaries, but they had loose plots, whatever.
Yep.
So this guy is a critic. Did I write his name down? I don't think I did. Said this was a bad movie and he was terrible and he can't drive nothing, whatever. So Evel Knievel
Oh no.
gets on an airplane and flies from one side of the United States to the other
Yeah.
with a baseball bat. And then goes out and finds this dude. And he says, hey, did you say that about me or whatever? And he's like, yeah. And beats the guy with a baseball bat. Crushes his skull, just jacks him up.
No.
Goes to jail.
Of course.
And that wasn't great.
No.
So he gets out, gets divorced, has some things. He's kind of comes back a little bit, like in the 90s, early 90s. He kind of resurfaces in actual pop culture.
Okay.
But kind of fizzles out, and he's just kind of an old has-been.
Yeah.
After that, and then he dies. He had to go bankruptcy a couple times, and as you do, you know.
Sure.
But everybody probably remembers, and you'll know this, the motorcycle toy. You like the pull string motorcycle that jump over the stuff.
It was a crank.
There you
go. It was a crank, yes.
I had that when I was little.
It's actually one of my first toy memories of all time.
Dang. I mean, I think really nice ones are worth some money. In good condition and stuff, probably. But that, like, he had his own brand of that. He had his own. He did some commercials. He did endorsements and stuff. Like, he was one of the first guys to kind of do that outside of like major sports.
Yep.
Football and things.
Did they make a movie about this? Like,
there's a couple of documentaries about him that have been out in the last few years. He had maybe 10 movie credits to his name, like on his Wikipedia page that I looked at.
But about his son, I feel like I remember a scene of his son in like a trailer, like a camper or something, and they're going down the highway, and they're like, I'm going to make this jump my dad couldn't do.
Yeah, it definitely could be, because Robbie was a thing in the 90s. Like when we were coming up, he was the one making motorcycle jumps and stuff like that. But he actually made them. Couple of them. I remember one he made a super long one. He didn't land it quite right and fell off. And
I want to think he was probably a lot better than his dad.
Well, I'm sure the technology was better too.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Like 25 years later. I feel like I've seen that sky cycle like in a museum. That rocket thing. I feel like I've seen it somewhere.
Maybe.
Like in person.
There's a very popular TikTok video of a guy with the old like crank cycle, like the toy. And it jumps like 6 different ramps. And he's got a bunch of different like action figures lined up, and they all have their arms up in the air. But he makes the cycle makes all 6 ramps, and the last one is like legit, like it's a skateboard ramp, and it lands and it drives off like down the road, and it's pretty cool.
I wish I had that. I never had that toy. And the other thing I was thinking of, just as I'm looking at this right now, is Easy Rider. So we could have went that way too, but I went Evil because spectacle, that's an American thing, right? And putting on a big show and then probably failing. But who cares about the end results? It's all about the show.
Doesn't matter, it's the show.
Yeah. So that's why we went with this.
You could have definitely done Easy Rider, without a doubt. I mean, if you just look at that,
that's very much the helmet. Yeah.
Without a doubt. This is just a good beer, honestly.
It really
is. It's just a good, solid, little sweetness. It reminds me of like a slightly better version of PBR, maybe.
Yeah.
So not that PBR is bad. I enjoy it. If that's the domestic I have to drink, that's fine.
Sure, yeah. It tastes pretty good to me. That's all I know. And that skull, that's a lot of that skull is on their artwork. Like I know their stouts have that skull that's on his shoulder patch and stuff. So.
It's very American traditional, like from a tattoo standpoint.
Yeah,
very much. This is fun. Last year, and it says this was the first year for it. There are 2 beer awards now called the Crushies. Oh. Have you seen these?
No, but I like the sound of that.
They're called Crushies.
Nobody remembers those ceremonies, I bet.
Right. The trophy that you get is for marketing for beer.
Is it a smashed up can?
It is. It's a fist with a smashed can in the fist, like the fist smashing a can. It's for craft beer marketing. This beer right here won 2 Smashies or Crushies, Smashies,
whatever. Smash them,
whatever.
Yeah.
This one right here. So the can art on this won platinum, the highest award. So this was the can for last year.
And I figure, if I remember right, I don't know, I'll have to look at Untapped, but I think that can art changes over time. Because I don't remember this last year. And maybe it's the same. It's possible.
Yep.
Maybe it just wasn't in Nebraska, but I feel like it's different. But who knows? We'll see.
If this were a video version of the podcast, Dolan could insert the. They also won a Gold Crushy for best video. So they actually did like a minute and a half video.
Did you watch it?
Absolutely.
Oh, I did too.
And it's something that you have to see to believe.
It's funny.
It is
pretty good.
Really?
Fantastic.
Is
right
it
on
the
their website.
On the website.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you have any brewery information or anything you want to go over? Or?
That was it. You hit the hours. I like the guys, like
Okay.
their story. Like they're just like, you know what, Louisville's boring. We're gonna do something different. Here you go.
Well, summer suds. I feel like that's a thing. But then also the songs of summer. I'm a big proponent of music sets the mood and vice versa.
Yeah.
I have a playlist that is it's called Weather Channel music.
Weather Channel music.
Yeah, and it's all songs that have like weather phenomenon in the titles. So it's got to be like summer rain or whatever. It has to have a weather thing in the name of the song.
Rock You Like a Hurricane.
That is not on the list because I don't like the song, but it could be. It would be eligible. Let's say it would be eligible. So this one, I just thought, okay, what's a good like summer song band that ties in also with what we're talking about, 4th of July.
Yep.
And I just stuck with the band named America.
Yeah.
America. Guess where they were founded?
In the UK, right? Or England.
You're right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so they were
Wow.
all military brats, right? And they named their band America to let everybody know that they're from America.
Did you like?
I didn't
tell
tip them off to
Dolan?
this. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did not tip them off. They were all kids of guys in the Air Force.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So 1971, self-titled album comes out, America. Here's the hits. I Need To. You know that song?
I do.
And then this one, A Horse With No Name.
I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can remember your name, because there ain't no one for to give you.
1972, Homecoming. Now, this song to me is summertime.
Okay.
Ventura Highway.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hit off the album.
Yes.
1973, Hat Trick, it's called. Not a big charter. There's one song on there that's kind of popular. You would have heard this at almost every wedding in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
Muskrat Love.
Oh, well, yes.
Okay.
Bang, it's there.
Yep.
Then they come back. Uh-oh. Hit me with a chord. There we go. Thank
There
you.
we go.
1974. The album's called Holiday. Tin Man. That's a big popular song for them.
I guess.
And then Lonely People. 75, here we go. This is what we're talking about. Hearts. That's the album title.
Okay.
Sister Golden Hair is their big hit.
I never heard this either. No.
You have.
No.
I guarantee you've heard it.
Okay.
You just maybe don't know the name.
There's so many drops here. Dolan's going to have to do so many drops. That's just,
Yep.
Yeah.
And Daisy Jane is the other hit song.
No, never heard that.
So then later on, 1975 comes up. Hey, guess what? Let's put out a greatest hits album. So we had 4 albums.
Well, sure.
So that's what they did. From 74 to 79, the all their albums were produced by George Martin, who's, famous for the Beatles.
No. Oh, I was thinking of that fat asshole that did.
George R.R. Martin?
Yes.
No, not him.
I hate that guy.
No,
Okay.
not him.
Okay. George Martin.
This is George Martin.
Okay.
Sir George Martin. Oh. Put a little class on
He's a
it.
knight. Well, he's way classier than that.
That's right. We'll
Yeah.
say. So the 74 to 79 albums, guess what? They weren't that great. I mean, we had a couple of big hits. Definitely not after 75.
I think after Ventura Highway, I don't think there's really much. But
Guess
okay,
what?
fine.
1982.
Really?
They come back. One of the members of the band, beep, we're out of here. And here's what they come back with this one song. You Can Do Magic. You can have anything that you desire.
I've heard that. Yes.
So that was a kind of a big hit for them. It was on the album called View from the Ground.
Okay.
Then I got into a little bit of a wormhole. I knew this information, but I doubt you do.
Okay.
But it'll be kind of interesting. Their greatest hits album came out in 1975, and it's an animated or painted, like on watercolor album cover.
Okay.
And it takes images from some of their other albums and kind of puts them on the album cover. And the person that designed that album cover, none other than comedy genius Phil Hartman.
What?
Yes. Right? So he was like a graphic designer before he was famous for being, hilarious on Saturday Night Live. And
You may know him from other shows such as The Simpsons.
That's
and
right.
Saturday
Troy
Night Live.
McClure. Yes. So he and News Radio, I think, is that what it's called?
Absolutely, yes.
So his brother was their manager, was the band's manager.
Phil Hartman's brother
Was America's manager, and that's how he gets the gig, right?
Wow.
So then I look up, okay, how many other albums did he do? Because that's very specific to me, it seems like. And it was a painting, so he was, like an art thing. So I was like, okay, well, did the other ones look like that, or did he do more? 1974, kind of like soft rock, California rock band called Poco does their album called Seven. He makes that album cover.
Okay.
And then in 75, he does that Greatest Hits for America. 77, he does another America album called Harbor, which is a photograph. Mm-hmm. So it's not a drawing or a picture or anything. It's just an actual photograph.
Okay.
Then he does this album, fairly popular, especially in 1977. It's called Asia by Steely Dan.
What?
So he does that album cover. So if you've ever seen that or know anything about Steely Dan, that's Phil Hartman's work there. Then 78, he goes back to Poco and does Legend, which has a horse on the album cover. And then he does this one, 1980, The Fire Sign Theater. I've never heard of this band. The album cover was crazy, called The Fighting Clowns.
The Fighting Clowns.
Yeah, and it's like a clown with like a machine gun.
Okay. All right.
And that's what he does there.
Okay.
And then also in 79, he does another American one called Silent Letter.
Huh.
So that's my Phil Hartman information.
I'm just shocked that it was Phil Hartman and then his brother.
Yeah.
Like just all before any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Before The Simpsons, before Saturday Night Live, before.
Yes.
So I'd be fascinated to find out the backstory of how he transitioned from that into
From like graphic artist to comedian guy.
Exactly.
I think he was a Second City person, like from Chicago.
That's what I thought too.
And that would have made sense for like a firm to work for a firm, and in there to do that sort of stuff. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all conjecture.
That's fascinating.
But yeah. So
Again, I would say I don't believe you, but
well, you should.
I
It's the
guess.
internet. I knew that one for a long time,
Oh.
but I did not know Asia. That was a surprise to me.
Huh.
Because it says right on the album cover of America, I have the album and the CD. It says Hartman on the bottom of the picture.
Hartman.
Yep.
Fascinating.
That's where we're at.
Dolan could introduce some like Troy McClure in here if he
He could
wants
do
to.
whatever he wants in this
Yes.
spot.
I don't know. Since he left, we should.
He ran off. We
he
should
did.
talk about him.
He went to the bathroom.
He's got a young man's bladder.
His hair is magnificent.
It is pretty glorious.
It is, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I wish I had it.
It's pretty fantastic.
I always wanted to have long hair.
I never did.
My hair just grows up. Up.
Yes,
Never
that's
grows
mine.
long.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
happens to
I
mine.
remember yours last year. It was pretty long.
Eraserhead. Remember the?
Yep.
That's exactly
That's
what it
kind of
looks
what
like.
I get. I don't have the waves.
No,
Oh, well.
it just flows and it's beautiful.
He would have been perfect in the 90s.
I know.
It's like Chris Cornell hair.
Speaking of Chris Cornell,
Oh, okay.
every summer it seems like XM Radio, they'll go through and they'll play. Maybe it was the anniversary of his death or whatever. They go through and they play all of the like his unplugged stuff and the acoustic stuff he did. That nothing compares to you.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit!
Great version of that.
What an amazing just rendition that is.
Yeah.
Like I make everybody, if we're driving in the car, I make everybody be quiet.
Listen, quiet.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And maybe I tear up a little bit and Jenny's like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "I don't
No.
Shut your face."
Maybe. It's
I don't
dusty
know.
in here.
Maybe. It's the pollen.
What do we think of this beer?
I love this beer.
It's easy drinking.
Right.
This would be good at like a concert. I don't think they sell it at a concert.
What's
but
the ABV? Do we know the ABV
I think
on
it's like
this?
5.
was gonna
We might have to
look it
check
up.
Untapped.
Oh, look, Dolan had to go. He had to put his hair in a man bun. That's what he didn't go to the bathroom. He went to.
He had to
pull his
gussy
hair
himself
back.
up.
Yeah.
Get too hot. 4.5.
It's perfect. Like I said, I have nothing against PBR. Like PBR is just like if I'm at a dive bar, that's what I want.
Sure.
Or whatever. This is like a super premium version of PBR.
Super American premium version.
There we go.
Super American.
Right.
That's right.
Not just American. Super American.
I can't wait for Dolan to like edit this and hear what we were talking about when he was
Yeah,
there.
that'll be great.
Maybe it makes the cut. Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah,
Who
we'll
knows?
see. It was fairly much related.
Okay. Untapped.
Untapped.
Where do you think we land? You'll be surprised. This must be a newer beer.
Huh. Have I never checked it in?
You have not. No. No.
Yeah, this is a 3.75 for me all day, but I'm gonna guess it's around 3.68.
I feel like
I need to tell you how many check-ins first. I didn't even tell you that.
Oh, okay.
155.
that's it.
Oh,
That's it. Your guess is still legitimate, though, Dolan. I'm telling you right now.
I'm gonna go with that still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough because I feel like people are coming back to lagers and pilsners.
I think you're absolutely right.
I'm going to go 4.11.
3.52. So Dolan was closer, but I think after, in the end, it might get closer to your number than to his. Quite honestly,
More check-ins, yeah.
with more check-ins.
Could be.
Absolutely,
Yeah, I could easily see this being 3.75 4s all day.
without a doubt.
It's just clean and crisp and
Sweet. There's a nice
little
sweetness
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could definitely drink this on 4th of July parade day.
I saved one can.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
Drink it on the 4th of July.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, when you're looking for some, it's hot outside. Like there's a couple. So this was just a few weeks. No, it was last weekend. Quite honestly, last weekend when it was just like 1,000 degrees here in Nebraska, and we were outside. I was grilling. We were at the pool. Then or whatever. I probably drank 1,000 Busch Lights.
Oh, yeah.
1,000.
At least 1,000. And my wife afterwards, she was like, "How in the hell did you drink that?" I'm like, "Because
You
they're
can't taste it. It's gone.
one, they're nothing. Two,
It's
you
hot.
sweat it out, and you don't pee. Like it just
Yeah.
doesn't. It's so hot outside. There's just nothing to it. So
Yeah, tomorrow is supposed to be the hottest day in 15 to 20 years in Nebraska.
Really?
Oof, yeah.
yep,
I'm driving to Colorado tomorrow, so
Good for you.
get away.
Just make sure you got antifreeze and cooling in that car.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
No kidding. Okay, next week, sadly, we have to leave our craft beer roots and go to. We did it last year. We're gonna do it a little bit different this year.
Okay.
We're gonna do some seltzers.
Well, hopefully they're still crafty.
Oh, they're all crafty.
Okay.
I made sure, as much as we did mainstream craft
Yeah.
seltzers last year, we did. We're going to do more craft seltzers this year.
Yeah, last year that was kind of all we could get was the big boys, right?
Well, that's a different
Yeah.
story this year.
Okay.
Way different story this
All
year.
right.
It's definitely changed over the year. I think more people
Oh.
hop the train.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Or jump the shark.
Jump the shark.
Yeah. I like
Boom.
it.
There you go. Yeah, and then we've got. Oh boy, we've got some other fun stuff coming up too. I don't want to tease it because we haven't gotten there yet.
No. Let's keep them guessing.
Guessing.
Guess.
We could
Well,
have
both.
some guests.
Yeah.
Oh,
Potentially.
hey, I like what you did there.
Hey.
Boom.
We might have a guest next
You should
week.
do some marketing sometime, Rich.
I
was
might.
good.
I might consider that at some point.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
know. All right, fellas, we're not going anywhere for a while.
Let's not blow off our fingers.
Thank you for listening to A Beer with Atlas. Special thanks to our brand team for producing the show. Each episode of A Beer with Atlas is powered by Atlas MedStaff, an industry leader in travel healthcare staffing.